I've been working on All right, everybody, what is going on? This is Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York. The early bird portion of the net will begin at 8:30. 8:30, that's 5 minutes away. Well, now 4 minutes. 4 minutes away. So all stations, I ask that you remain on the side. Listen carefully. Remain on the side till 8:30 p.m.
This is 7YLS testing the repeater for the net. This is Kilo Juliet 7 Yankee Lima. We are testing the net for testing the repeater for the net. Can anyone hear me?
JD2LRX, coordinate control with AC2AE. We do hear you. We do ask, though, to please hold from anything until 8:30 when we do pre-checks. JD2LRX, back to Joe.
Yeah, not a problem. I'm going to jump off then, but I just want to make sure I had this tuned right. Thank you very much.
No problem. KJ7JS monitor.
Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen, ham radio operators of all ages? This is radio station Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York, and I will be your net control operator for this evening. So, this portion of the net is the early bird portion of the net from 8:30 to 9 o'clock. So if you want to be an early bird check-in, we are calling for check-ins now. Check-ins, check-ins. We're looking for some early birds. Time to get your worm.
KD2LRX. Joe, I'm so happy to hear your voice. I had a long day in the city, and normalcy is what it's all about right now. Sitting back, relaxing, and enjoying the net. It is 68 degrees, Great Neck, Long Island, New York, and of course I'll have some traffic.
Ah, awesome, Jay. Awesome, man. Yes, I have, even though I was able to take a nap in the early afternoon today, I had neglected some things I'd done earlier, so I am just catching up on a lot of things. You know, sometimes when you close your eyes for like about 20 minutes and you wake up and it's an hour and a half later, you're like, oh, crap. But awesome, man. Good to have you aboard. Got you in Great Neck. Got you 68 degrees. I don't know. I know you're not too fond of it, but I am loving that the temperatures are dropping, man. We got 72 here in Brooklyn. If it goes down to about to 52, I'll be a happy camper.
You know what? As much as I don't like the cold weather, I did enjoy, or I do enjoy the weather that we have today. Although I didn't get to be outside for most of it, I did enjoy what I felt. So I agree with you. Today is a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Back to next.
Awesome, awesome. I'm still pulling up all the monitors here. All right, Fusion 2 just came up. The FusionNet just came up. I got the open spot up. All right, just so I can monitor all these links and of course my Pi Star over here, so I know when all the links disconnect. Wait a second, where is that right here? Oh, gotta pull one more up. All right, awesome, brother. Awesome. Good to have you in there. Got you down for traffic, and I've got a little traffic myself. So any other early bird check-ins? Early bird check-ins. Come one, come all. Everybody's welcome, and you do not have to be a member.
Kilo Juliet 7, Juliet Alpha Sierra, Idaho, 80 degrees, and all needed early and out.
All right. Kilo Juliet 7, Juliet Alpha Sierra. Just give me your name, your location. I got you as in and out, so there's no traffic, and your local outside temperature.
Delta Oscar November, in Boise, Idaho, and it's about 79 degrees.
All right. Awesome, Don. Awesome, man. Got you on the list. We got you as in and out, no traffic, 79 degrees, brother. All right, man. Go ahead. Go enjoy your night, man. Stick around as long as you can. Tonight we got an awesome question for discussion. So if you want to stick around, you can. Just let me know, and I'll check you right back in here, brother. All right. Awesome, man. All right. Let's see. We're gonna get Jay in here. Okay. I gotta learn how to write and type at the same time. KD2LRX. Boom. All right. Got you in there too. All right.
Net control, November 5, Delta Whiskey Romeo Dennis, Spring, Texas, and it is currently 86 degrees, and I've got a little bit of traffic tonight. Back to you.
All right, net copies N5 DWR. What is going on, my Texan brother out there? Good to have you here, brother. I got you down for traffic, and I copied that 86 degrees. Whew, I'm glad we broke away from that. Hopefully, when Howard comes in, he'll tell us that there is no more temperatures coming over, what would say 72? Hopefully, no more other temperatures coming over 72 degrees that will only go down from here.
This is Kilo Delta 2 Mike Sierra uniform. Howie and Cornell in Brooklyn, New York. It's 70 degrees, and I will have the weather.
All right, Howard, got you in there, brother. Got you on the list. Got you with 70 degrees. No fair. It's 2 degrees cooler by the shore than it is over here. But either way, I got you over in CI, Confidential Informant. Woo! All righty. This is Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo with the early bird portion of the FusionNet, coming live from Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York. And we are looking for check-ins, early bird check-ins, early bird check-ins.
November 7th, Mike Kilo Yankee, David, and Boise, Idaho, where it is 78 degrees and 40% humidity. I'll have to be in and out tonight, although I'll probably be monitoring. Might come back for the question of the evening. Had a little episode with the eyes. Nothing drastic. A little bit of a strain on them, and so I will be participating on the side. Back in that control.
All right, Dave, N7MKY, we got you in there, Boise, Idaho. Got you down, no traffic, in and out. What a question mark. And I got you down for 78 degrees, brother.
November Victor 7, Sierra Sierra. November Victor 7, Sierra Sierra. Canyon, Nevada, where it's 85 degrees and no traffic.
Kilo Bravo 2, India Delta X-ray. Kilo Bravo 2, India Delta X-ray. And there's 80 degrees and 73% humidity in Cape Coral, Florida.
I got, in that last call, I got Ken out in Nevada. And I was just asking if he had said that it was 75 degrees. I also got Chris, KB2IDX. I got you at 80 degrees. So Ken, let me come to you first, and then we'll go to Chris to see if Chris has got any traffic. So Ken, out in Nevada, what was that local outside temperature again? And do you have any traffic for us?
Yeah, there, Joe. It's this NV7SS, 85 degrees, 85 degrees here in Indian Springs, and no traffic. Thanks a lot, Joe.
Okay, I stand corrected with 85 degrees. Awesome, brother. Awesome. In Indian Springs. Gotcha. Indian Springs. Awesome. All right, now KB2IDX. Chris out in Florida. Chris, do you have traffic for the net? And what is, wait, I think I got 80 degrees on your local outside temperature. So, any traffic for the net tonight, Chris?
Yeah, I'll have a quick question if I remember what it was. I know I had a question, but I'm getting on in years, you know. Tend to forget things. But yeah, this is either week 7 or week 8 for me, so I'll be getting ready to send you an email shortly. Back to net.
All right, brother. Gotcha, man. Wow, that's awesome. 8 weeks, man. 8 weeks. 2 more to go. I don't know, but we're gonna have to bring it up to the FusionNet team to see if we're gonna grant you any leniency. Maybe we'll get you in there a little bit earlier. We'll have to take a vote of the team. Awesome, man. Awesome, Chris. It's good to have you, man. All right, let's see. Any other early bird check-ins? Early bird check-ins. This is Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York. And we're looking for early bird check-ins. Come one, come all. Everyone's welcome, and you do not have to be a member.
Kilo Charlie 4, Zulu Yankee Charlie, KC4, ZYC in Orlando, coming in on Wires X.
All righty, I got you here as Howard. Howard, and I got you in Wisconsin. What is your local outside temperature, and do you have any traffic for the net?
Hey Joe, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I got to change that information on QRZ. Yes, I do. The only traffic I have is, man, I'm glad I moved down to Florida recently. Been living and working in Wisconsin for close to 10 years, and an opportunity earlier this year came up and involved a transfer on down to Orlando, where my company has an office down here. And yeah, I got the transfer accepted. I got a raise and got the opportunity to move down here, and I've been here since June 20th. I live in a really nice apartment, not too far away from the big Ferris wheel and all the fun and attractions that encompass the tourist district of Orlando, plus some restaurants. And on the 3rd floor of a 55 plus apartment complex, and had to come up with a way to get my antenna outside, get it working. So came up with microwave as a ground plane and a couple of totes to support the microwave, and stick the magnet on there, and boom, I'm on the air. So very happy about that. Let me take a pause there. Hang on. KC positive YC. Yeah, work's been going well since the transfer. Keeping busy. Great team of people to work with. Much smaller lab, many people at this facility as my old facility, but not as hectic and crazy as the other place. I mean, the other place, I was constantly working at night, working 10 to 12 hours. It was driving me nuts. This place, Monday through Friday, daytime, 8 hours, and I live just down the road from the workplace, only about 3 miles. It is great. And plus, I got all this fun stuff all over the place. That's just minutes away from where I am. I got SeaWorld around the corner. I got Disney down the road. I got Universal right around the corner from here. So yeah, I'm I'm pleased as punch, man. This for me is paradise, and man, I what a welcome change with the weather. It's 76 right now, 94% relative humidity. We had a storm come through here, so we still have a little bit of rain, but other than that, it's typical Florida weather around here. So really enjoying it, man. But yeah, thanks for reminding me. I got to change that information on QoZ. Joe, over to you, AC2AE, and the net, KC4 is the YC Orlando.
All right. Well, Howard, KC4ZYC, congratulations on the new job. Congratulations on the pay raise. I know a lot of people in their, I don't want to say that you're old, but in your older years, like to go to Florida. Me, I'm heading the opposite direction. I want to go to Maine. I want the cold weather. But man, good for you, brother. Good for you, man. All right, let's see. This is Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo with the FusionNet, and we are taking early bird check-ins. Early bird check-ins. Everybody's welcome, and you do not have to be a member. And speaking of being a member, we will go through all of that shortly and tell you how you can become a free lifetime member. So, all stations wishing to check in for early bird check-ins, come now.
This is KG0BK. We're in Iowa, where it is 70 degrees, and we will have some traffic, Joe.
All right, Rusty Balloons. Good to have you here, brother. Got you in here. Got you in 70 degrees and traffic. Awesome, brother. Awesome. Good to have you aboard. All right, any other check-ins? Check-ins. Come one, come all. Everybody's welcome.
Kilo 2 Charlie Victor Delta. Hi, Joe. Hi, everybody else. It's Chris on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. 70 degrees and a little bit of traffic.
Alpha Golf 7 Whiskey Quebec, Wesley, calling from San Diego, California today, where the outside temperature is 73 degrees, no traffic.
In there, brother. Got you in there. Just calling for Chris, K2CVD at the time. Chris, K2CVD, what's your local outside temperature?
Hi, Joe. The temperature is 70 degrees, and I have just a little bit of traffic. K2CVD, back to net control.
All right, I copy 70 degrees. I got you in there. I got Alpha Golf 7 Whiskey Quebec in there. I got Wesley in there as well. Wesley, good to have you here, brother, again. All right, let's see. Any other check-ins? Check-ins. Come one, come all. Everybody's welcome. And guess what? You don't even have to be a member.
N5 DWR, question?
Say again, Kilo Juliet 7, Yankee Lima Sierra. Did you copy that?
Okay, wait, that was Kilo Juliet 7, Yankee Lima, that's a Yankee Lima Sierra. Okay, I'm just going to need a little bit more info from you, but Dennis, I got you in there with your question. Just give me 1 second, Dennis. Let me go back to Kilo Juliet 7, Yankee Lima Sierra.
You turning it over to me? I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm Meridian. Kilo Juliet 7, Yankee Lima Sierra. Come in with your location now. So just let me know if you've got traffic for the net and your local outside temperature.
No traffic. I'm pretty sure it's in the 80s in this area. I'm in, I guess I'm in Meridian, corner of Overland and Eagle, and pretty cloudy day. No traffic for the net, just listening in, learning this group.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. Your call does not look familiar to me, but welcome to the FusionNet. And I guess I can tell you guys now, guys, this is the FusionNet. We're here every Thursday night. The net officially begins at 9 o'clock. We take early bird check-ins at 8:30. And if you want to become a free lifetime membership, the only thing you have to do is check in 10 times in a row, give or take. We're not so harsh on that. But Jesse, just one other thing I need from you is your local outside temperature. What's your local outside temperature? And you can go visit us on the FusionNet.org, the FusionNet.org. The free lifetime membership will get you full access to the website. There's some things, if you're not a member, that you'll not have access to. But once you become a free lifetime membership, you'll have access to the entire website. So, Jesse, Kilo Juliet 7, Yankee Lima Sierra, just come back with your local outside temperature, sir.
Well, I don't have a thermometer, that's the problem, but I'm pretty sure that it's probably in the 80s. I'm going to say 82. How about that?
All right, that's fine. 82, that's good. We got you down at 82 degrees. All right, let's see. Any other early bird check-ins? Early bird check-ins, come one, come all. Everybody's welcome.
This is Kilo Bravo 3 Sierra Yankee Kilo.
KK7AYJ, Annette in Boise, Idaho, 77 degrees, and I will have traffic.
All right, the last two stations that I copied was Kilo Bravo 3 Sierra Yankee Kilo and KK7AYJ, Annette. I got you down for traffic and I got you 77 degrees. Awesome. All right, Kilo Bravo 3 Sierra Yankee Kilo. Just come back with your name, your location, whether or not you have traffic for the net tonight, and your local outside temperature.
Sorry to break protocol there. Kilo Bravo 3 Sierra Yankee Kilo. Name is Jim. I'm in Langhorne, Pennsylvania. No traffic for the net and 64 cold degrees here in Pennsylvania.
All right, Jim. Awesome, man. Good to have you out here from Langhorne, PA. I love PA, man. It's one of my favorite states. And now that I know it's 64 degrees there, that's even better. I love the cool weather, man. It's cool. So far, if nobody knocks you off the list, you've got the coolest temperature, so you'll get the Snow Miser Award tonight. So that's good to have you here, man. And good to have you on our roster for tonight. All right, let's see. We got 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes. Let's see who else could get in on the early bird special. All right, this is AC2AE, Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York, and we are looking for early bird check-ins. Early bird check-ins, come one, come all. Everybody's welcome, and you do not have to be a member. Come and get that worm, you early bird. All right, with nothing heard, I'm going to take the remainder of the 2 minutes here to fill in some of the remarks on the net logger. So, guys, just stand by, and I will be back with you shortly.
And that was Uncle Joe. He's moving real slow at the junction. Repeater junction.
Whew, look at that. I did it. All right, got it just in time. All right, 15 early bird check-ins, and we got 2 in and out stations. Excellent, guys. Excellent. All right, this is radio station Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo. So, good evening. This is this is the FusionNet, and I'm going to be your net control operator for this evening. We meet here every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, unless otherwise noted. And guess what? You do not have to be a member to check in, but please consider joining. All right, joining, he says. Joining. How do you join, you ask? Very simple. Check in 10 times in a row. And at the time of your 10th check-in, please tell us please tell us if your email address is up to date on your QRZ page, and if not, please let us know by sending us an email at fusion@thefusionnet.org. Once again, fusion@thefusionnet.org. With membership, you will have access to all the exclusive content on our website, and it's just that simple, guys. Now, just to let you know, guys, if it's your 8th check-in, your 9th check-in, your 11th check-in, we're not a stickler. Forgive us if we go over, but sometimes we let you in a little bit early, on consensus of what the net control operators want to do. So, just stick in, stay with us. We're going to have a lot of fun. Guys, we usually have either a trivia night, which usually is my night to do trivia, but I'm filling in for one of our other co-hosts tonight. So we'll be doing a question of the evening so we can discuss it. I think it's going to be an awesome discussion tonight. I just hope everybody is prepared. All right, so this net is a directed net. And let's see. I got to turn my timer on. Let me let this drop. Okay, I've got my trusty little sand timer over here that Dave and Annette had sent me because I was consistently timing out the repeaters. But anyway, we got a 3-minute timer going here now, guys. Just want to let you guys know that this is a directed net, and all traffic must go through net control. That's me. Woohoo! And in order to check into this net, please switch off your AMS. That is your automatic mode select. And go to your DN mode, which stands for digital narrow. And then we're going to ask you to come in with your call sign, your name, your local temperature, and whether or not you have traffic for the net. All right, at this time, oh, and guys, we just ask you to please give a 3-second in between transmissions. And we have a lot of links on this net. We've got the FusionNet, we've got the Fusion 2, we've got the Monkey Room, we've got the Pi-Star dashboard, we've got the YSF, D-Star, and DMR networks. So just please give us about 3 seconds in between transmission for all the links to catch up. All right, we're looking for check-ins. Come one, come all. Everybody's welcome, and you do not have to be a member.
Oh, this is November 8, Hotel Uniform Bravo, Indian, Michigan, 68 degrees.
Ah, here he is. Andy, listen, we were putting you on a milk carton, brother. You were definitely going on a milk carton this week, without a doubt. We were going to try and obtain a picture of you. We were going to put you on a milk carton. You've been MIA for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I got to check the logs. But when you are not here, you are greatly, greatly missed, my friend. So good to have you back here, man. Everybody, the chief is back in the house.
degrees Fahrenheit, and no traffic and short time as I am portable away from home.
All righty, got you in there, brother. How you doing, Bruce? All right, and I think you said you were going to be a short time. So, do you want me to move you up to the top of the list, or are you just going to be in and out?
Yeah, I'll just be in and out, Joe, just to be in the log and the statistics there. Over.
As always, man, it is always good to have you. And if you want to jump on back in there, if you decide to come back, just let me know, and we'll hold your spot right here for you, brother. Just, Bruce, before you go, just let me know what your local outside temperature was. I don't know. I must have missed it.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The temperature outside Portal at Woodgate Beach,
away from home. It's 74 degrees, 74 degrees, over. All right, awesome, brother. I copy 74 degrees. We got you on the list, man. Have an awesome night, man. Like I said, if you feel like jumping on back in, you just jump right back on in. All right, let's see. Who else is ready to check in? We're looking for check-ins for the FusionNet. Come on, come all. This is Alpha Charlie 2, Alpha Echo with the FusionNet, and we're looking for check-ins. All right, one more time. Check-ins. This is AC2AE. We're looking for check-ins. Come one, come all. Everybody's welcome. All right, wow, this might be an early night tonight. We got 17 check-ins here. Awesome to have everybody in here tonight. I guess we'll just shoot right on over to traffic of the evening. First up is none other than the hide-and-go-seek champion of 1995, Jason, KD2, LRX over in Great Neck, New York, and my partner in crime and co-host of the FusionNet, and good friend, and a whole bunch of other things. Woo! Jay, JD2, LRX, pick it up, brother.
KD2 LRX. What's up, Joe? What's up, David? What's up, Russ? And everybody else on the net this evening. This is KD2 LRX. I hope everybody had a great week so far. Mine's been a bit busy, but, no complaints. Was in the city today, and that always tires me out, wears me out a little bit. So when I get home on a Thursday, which is the day that I do go in the city, it's always so nice to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the net and hang out with all my good friends. So just a reminder to check out our website, thefusionnet.org, thefusionnet.org. There, of course, if you checked in 10 consecutive times and became an official member of FusionNet, by the way, that's how you do become an official member of FusionNet. You check in 10 consecutive times. And by the way, it's totally free. You get full access to our amazing website that I can't take credit for because Joe did an amazing job on it. Let me let this drop. So checking in 10 times, you get access to who checked in week after week, the warmest and coldest temperatures, who could forget, next joke of the week, and so much more. Don't forget, you can also purchase Fusion gear to flaunt to the world, your favorite net on ham radio, of course, the Fusion net. And don't forget, all proceeds go to helping build our network. So, guys, we have a great net tonight for you, a great question of the evening, which I'm quite familiar with because, well, I came up with this one tonight, and I hope you enjoy it. It's really great to be with everybody tonight. Oh, and there's one other thing. So I watch a lot of YouTube videos on computers, both new computer equipment as well as old, and I was watching a video on a Tandy computer. Remember those made by Radio Shack back in the day? And they had a Tandy, I think it was called 1000 RLX computer. Almost sounds like LRX a little bit. Back to Net Control, KD2 LRX.
The Tandy computers. Do I remember those computers? Well, I'll even take you back even a little bit further. The Commodore VIC-20. Which, I don't know, I guess this would be considered a crime. I guess I'm admitting to a crime right now. But when the Commodore 64 came out, it was in the same kind of configuration of the VIC-20. So everybody that had the VIC-20 was going to the store, and the store was called Consumers at the time. You would put your order in, then you'd go pick it up. There was not really a storefront. It wasn't like they had anything on display. But I had ordered the Commodore 64, went, took it home, switched out the parts, put everything back into the VIC-20s, and returned it. Oh boy. I guess I've overreached the statute of limitations on that one already. But awesome, brother. Awesome. Good to hear you out here, Jay. Good to have you out here. And just another thing, I can't take full credit for I've done the bulk of the website, but there are parts of the website that Dave N7MKY has worked on. We have the Tesla videos out there that he's set up, and what else? The YouTube page, the YouTube live stream. So it's definitely a cooperative thing that we have all come together to make FusionNet exactly what it is. So guys, another thing, don't forget to go check us out on YouTube. The FusionNet YouTube page, go look at it. Give us a like and subscribe, guys. The more of you that like us and subscribe to us, the more we get to stay on the air. All right, let's see. Who's up next? No traffic, no traffic. Ah, here he is, my good friend, my good friend and resident Texan, N5 DWR. Dennis, pick.
Good evening, Joe, and everybody on the net. Today, or actually a couple of days ago, I was going through a closet trying to weed things out and throw things away and just kind of neaten things up. Ran across these two boxes, and back in the day when I used to do a lot of driving, I'd listen to books on CD, and these boxes were full of old books on CD-ROMs. And of course, the car I've got now doesn't have a CD player, and so I got busy all this week, and I've been putting them all on jump drives. And I have got a couple of 32 gig jumps, and I don't know, I get 30 or 40 books on each one of those jump drives. It's amazing how much technology has jumped. It just leaps forward. I don't know what's coming next, but anyway, that was my thoughts for tonight, and I'll turn it back to you. N5 TWR.
Where's that going? Okay, there we go. We're on. All right, I had a little technical difficulty there. But Dennis, I hear you so much on that, man. And throughout time, I mean, I've been on the computer since like I guess like the mid to late '80s and on. And every time a new operating system came out, or anytime an expanded memory would come out, I could remember repeatedly saying throughout the decades, 128 megabytes? Oh, I'll never fill that up. 256 megabytes? Oh, I'll never be able to fill that up. What? A 10 gigabyte hard drive? I'll never be able to fill that up. And here I am now, all these years later. I've got 24 terabytes of space. I've got numerous movies, songs, television shows saved on these hard drives, and and saying to myself, wow, 24 terabytes? I'll never be able to fill that up. But here I am at the end of the road again and looking for more space. So I'm going to eventually go into another expansion bay, probably get 4 more CD hard drives, and probably expand to another 24 terabytes for a total of 48. And guess what, guys? I'll never be able to fill that up until a few years down the line. But it's amazing how technology moves, guys. Just think, 30 years ago, we didn't have everything that ran on computers like we do today. We got everything from gas pumps to electricity to our vehicles. Everything is running on computers these days. And I don't know. There was a conversation. I'm going to let this drop so I don't time it out. Okay. There was a conversation I was listening to today on Timcast. It's called Timcast with Tim Pool, and they were talking about the electric cars and how people are now realizing that they're not really so economical, they're not really so good for the environment, but also that if you have a summons for your arrest or if the cars get repossessed, that these Teslas automatically either drive back to the dealer, or if there's a summons for arrest, the doors lock and bring you to the nearest local authorities to have you arrested. I said, wow. And if you don't make your payments, they shut the car down on you, even if you're in mid driving. So I don't know, man. This makes me want to go back and get one of those 1960 muscle cars with no computer in it. But computers have come a long way, man. Very long way. I don't know if you guys heard about this, man, but this was a couple of years back. There was an artificial intelligence that they were working on in Japan where it killed 29 of the scientists and then linked into a satellite to learn how to repair itself. Scary stuff, man. Very scary. I don't know. I guess they never saw the Terminator. All right, that's enough of my rant and babble for electronics and AI there tonight. We can get into an in-depth conversation one night on that. But guys, before we go any further, since we have everybody out here, or I gotta stop saying guys. I gotta say ladies and gentlemen and ham radio operators of all ages. On Monday nights, guys, Monday nights at 8 o'clock, for the last 2 weeks, we've had the Amateur Radio Brothers in Christ Bible Fellowship. Everybody is welcome. It's a great night, man. First night we had 4 people. Last week we had 3. We're looking for people just to check in, come listen to the word. If you want to participate, you can participate. It's a really nice night, guys. It's something to do on a Monday night. It's 8 o'clock Eastern, and like I said, everybody is welcome. All right, with that being said, we're going to move it on over to our resident meteorologist, KD2, MSU, Howard, out in Coney Island. Howard, pick it up, brother.
Okie doke. Thank you, Joe. Afraid, I don't have the kind of weather that you like. Don't be fooled by tomorrow's low temperature in the morning. Still getting near 80 anyway. Then we have a whole week in the 80s, I think. And we may end up with Hurricane Fiona on the East Coast. The day to watch for us would be September the 25th. So that's way out there, and a lot can change. But if it's going to affect us, it'll be September 25th. Meanwhile, we'll be above normal temperatures for sure. And if that storm does reach us, maybe it'll cool off the last days of the month. Last days of September might be all normal. Let's see, the rest of the country, I think most people are above normal except on the West Coast. Let's see, Boise, Idaho, I think you're going to be warming up again. And Dallas, Texas, it looks like I don't see any hundreds, but you're all in the 90s for the next 2 weeks. If you're in the Dallas, Texas area, and very little precipitation. Let's see where else. So I guess the East Coast is where we have to watch. Make sure if this Fiona can make it past all the Lesser Antilles Islands without weakening or disintegrating, then there might be a big threat to the East Coast. But again, the date to watch for is September 25th. It'll be a nice weekend meanwhile. Okay, this is Killer Delta 2, Mike Sierra Uniform, back to the control.
All right, Howard, as always, thank you for your meteorologist report. I'm really not happy to hear that we are having some more 80-degree weather. Howard, you got to do something about that, man. You got to call the powers that be. Tell them to shut the heat off. Turn the air conditioner on. That's it. We want it cool now. That's it. It's fall. We want fall weather. All right. Awesome, man. Awesome. All right. Let's see. Who's next on our list tonight for a list of traffic check-ins? Let's see. Dave, Dave, thank you. I got your text message. I actually have your dashboard up right now. That's pretty good to know. I'm going to try and keep an eye with that. But I've got 4 dashboards up here. Now I've got 5. Plus I'm monitoring the net logger. Russ, you know what, Russ? Before we move on any further, Rusty Balloons, just keep an eye out on the AIM messenger in the on the net logger. See if there's anybody in there, and just I guess throw them a message. See if they want to get on the list tonight, and we'll actually throw them on the list. I used it Monday night for the Amateur Radio Brothers in Christ Bible Fellowship, and it worked like a charm. But there's a lot less things I have to monitor on that net. So, all right, let's see. Who's next in traffic? You know what? Chris, I had Chris down, but I had a question mark. I didn't know if Chris had anything to say. KB2, IDX. Do you have any traffic for the net tonight, brother?
No, sir. I did, but I figured it out on my own, so we're good to go. Back to net.
Okay, man. Awesome, awesome. And for those who don't know, we do have how to connect to the FusionNet. It's on the FusionNet. It's on FusionNet.org, the FusionNet.org. Just go to the upper right-hand corner of the menu and click on the How to Connect. And there's even a lovely PDF that you guys can download. And you could see whatever mode you're using or whatever hotspot you're using. You'll be able to connect. All right, let's see. Before we move on, we're going to call for some more check-ins. It's 9:25. This is Radio Station, Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo, Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York. And we are looking for check-ins for the FusionNet. Come one, come all. Everybody's welcome, and you do not have to be a member.
K60WF in Boise, Idaho. Good evening now.
All right, K6OWF. I should know your first name by now, but what's your name? Any traffic for the net? And what is your local outside temperature?
Sorry, left out some of those details. My name is Bob, and the weather here is blustery. And 100-degree weather, which set records in August, has gone. And fall is descending on us, so the trees are starting to change. And I'm operating on a iPhone, an iPhone 13. And back to the net.
So, all right, very good, very good, awesome. All right, let's see. Gotta fill this information in here. Okay, gotcha. Boom, in. All right. Any other check-ins? Check-ins. Come one, come all. Everybody's welcome, and you do not have to be a member. We're looking for check-ins for the FusionNet. This is AC2AE, your net control operator.
This is KJ7YLS checking in. I actually have traffic.
Okay. Jesse, I got you in there as number 13, and you'll be right after Chris, K2CVD. So just give us a moment, and we'll get right to you, brother. All right, let's see. Let's go back to traffic, and we're going to go to Kilo Golf Zero, Bravo Kilo, Rusty, out in Manchester. Russ, what's going on, brother? What's your traffic for the night tonight?
Well, thanks, Joe. Appreciate that, and kind of apologize about missing last Monday's net, but had a kind of an emergency come up. We won't go into that, but it involved the hospital. But everything seems to be fine, so no problem there. They talked about the candy earlier. I remember walking into a Radio Shack. In fact, I was there so many times that if the gals didn't know where something was or somebody was talking about, and I was in the store, they directed them to me so I could help them. But they had a new Caddy 1000 computer in there, and I had the VIC 20s and the 64s and such. And I go, why didn't they put the actual screen on there, and have it hooked up instead of this picture they've got on there? And I walked over a little closer, and oh my gosh, it was a picture. It was actually coming from the computer. It looked like a picture, and it wasn't pixelized like the games I used to play. I thought that was totally amazing. But, if your computer has more memory than you do, we'll leave it drop there. Okay, what we got tonight is, I don't know. Simply because our balloon has been up for 92 and a half days, and for the last 28 hours, we have not received a signal report, or nobody's received a signal report. The last we knew was up to about 49,000, a little over 49,000 feet. Everything was fine. I don't know if it's down, what happened. The last report we had, it's over kind of northern Russia, just straight north of Japan. Japan and fall it straight north into kind of the northern area of Russia. That's where we were last reported. So I don't know. But we did make it around the world anyway, one time. And at 90, I don't remember how far it was now. Oh, total distance, 132,000 miles we flew. And it's only, 26,000 around the Earth. And we only made it once. So we took a lot of long cuts, I guess, instead of shortcuts. Let me drop this, and we'll come back with some Cracker Jack facts, I guess. Okay, here's some Cracker Jacks, and I want to back up because these are pretty cute, I think. To last Monday, which would have been the 12th. in 1959, the first episode of Bonanza premieres. Everybody remembers Bonanza. Hoss and Joe and Little Hoss and Joe and Adam too. Okay, something. Anyway, 1963, the last episode of Leave It to Beaver airs. I'm thinking that his mom probably lost her pearls down the sink or something. I don't know. Golly gee. And in 1966, the Monkees television show debuts. Hey, we're the Monkees. Okay. Now I thought those were kind of fun facts. On this date, I don't know if it was on Thursday or not, but September 15th on this date in 1882, during the Civil War, Confederates under General Stonewall Jackson captured Harper's Ferry. That's now called West Virginia. And they took more than 12,500 prisoners. Wow. And that was the largest Union surrender in the world, or of the war. Couldn't believe that one. 1915, a German airship hits central London. That's right. The Zeppelin, commanded by Heinrich Matty, is supposedly one of the great airship commanders of World War I, and he hit central London. That killed 22 people and caused, at that time, over 500,000 pounds of damage. I don't know what a pound was according to American, but it's a lot of damage. 1916, the tank was used for the first time in combat, and that was for World War I. I'll let this drop one more time, and then we'll turn it back to you, Joe. Okay, 1935, Nuremberg laws. And that was where the racist Nazi legislation accumulated in the Holocaust that they passed, designated by Adolf Hitler, that the Jews of German citizenship forbade marriage of or sexual relations between the Jews and the citizens or kindred of Germany. 1949, The Lone Ranger debuted, the television show. Of course, Clayton Moore was the Lone Ranger, and Jay Silverheels was the Beaver. No, Jay Silverheels. Okay. Yeah, we got to get these facts straight. Let's see, anything else really interesting? 1978, Muhammad Ali won the World Heavyweight Boxing Championship for the United States, and that was his victory over Leon Spinks. And that's about it, except for birthdays, and they are 1957, William Howard Taft. Agatha Christie was born in 1890. Oliver Stone, 1946. Dan Marino was born in 1961. And Prince Harry was born in 1984. And that's it from KG0BK.
Crackerjack Facts by Rusty Balloons. Kilo Golf Zero Bravo Kilo. Awesome. You know, Russ, Bonanza happens to be one of my favorite series. And I'm sure you remember that the spin-off to that show was called The Big Valley. And that was another one of my favorite shows. I just have a thing for cowboy-themed TV shows, movies, and such. But just to let you in on a little fact, the On my hard drive, it takes up 167 gigabytes of space on my hard drive. It's right next to Star Trek. It is the largest what's it called the second largest amount of space that it takes on my hard drive. Star Trek, with all of its series, all of its movies, takes up 392 gigabytes of space on my hard drives. So those are my two biggest files there, which I'm eventually going to have to move over to their own hard drives because Star Trek is still forever coming out with new movies, new TV shows, and I think it's earned its right to have its own hard. Guys who are into Marvel and DC, my Marvel and DC hard drive has a of its own, and let me see. I'll tell you exactly how much it takes right here. Whew. On a 3 terabyte hard drive, I have got 1.75 terabytes free on the Marvel DC hard drive. So if you guys are into Marvel or DC, and I'm talking guys, I'm not only just like the current stuff. I mean, I've got Superman from the 40s and the 50s. I've got the original Batman. So I've got all original movies. I'm talking everything, even before Marvel was even a thing. So whoever needs anything from Marvel or the DC Universe, Star Trek, Star Wars, Bonanza, Big Valley, we've got it here. Alpha Charlie 2, Alpha Echo with the FusionNet. All right, let's see who's up next for traffic here. Traffic. It is Chris, the ambassador to the FusionNet, the statistician to the FusionNet. K2 CVD. Chris, pick it up, brother.
Well, thank you so much, Joe, and hi, everybody on the net. I just have two quick things. One actually isn't ham related, but I thought it might be interesting to people in Brooklyn, New York, and baseball fans. The Bossert Hotel in Brooklyn Heights on Montague Street is up for sale. Apparently, the owners are about to default on a loan, so for $112 million, the Bossert Hotel can be yours. The reason it's important is in 1955, when the beloved Brooklyn Dodgers won the World Series over the blankety-blank New York Yankees, they celebrated at the Bossert Hotel. So it's Brooklyn history and Dodger history. The other thing is just a question. I have the OpenSpot 4 Pro, and it can do DAPNet, and I have no idea what DAPNet is. So if anybody can help me out, just explain DAPNet and what it's used for, I'd really appreciate it. Kilo 2, Charlie Victor Delta, back to net control.
All right, awesome. And I love the way you referred to the New York Yankees. The blankety blank. I wrote that down. I spelled it to the best of my capabilities. But those blankety blank New York Yankees. I'm sensing that you're a Met fan. That's awesome. Met fan, born and raised. Peter Falcone, if you remember back in the day, was a pitcher for the New York Mets. And when I was young, my father used to take me to the games. And I used to sit in the dugout, and I used to crawl on the top of the dugouts, and occasionally they would tell me I had to get off of there. My brother and I used to just be all over Shea Stadium at one time. But when he got either traded or moved or whatever he got, or lost his job with the New York Mets, that was the end of it for us. But, I also, you bring back a lot of good memories there, too. When I was younger, I had an aunt. She's passed away. She died from cancer in the early '80s. But I had an aunt that worked for Tops and Flair that we used to make the baseball cards. So every week on Sunday when we would go, or every other week when we would go to my grandmother's house, she would bring us a box, not just a couple of packs, but a whole entire box of baseball cards. So my brother and I, seeing that my father was a butcher, he used to bring us these Purdue chicken boxes that the chicken would come in, and they were these wax boxes. And we used to put all of our baseball cards in there. We literally had boxes and boxes of those baseball cards. And when my parents sold the house, we had those baseball cards. They sold the house in the early '90s. We had all those baseball cards from like the '70s and early '80s, and in our attic. My mother thought they were garbage and threw them away. She just threw those cards away. Well, let me tell you, there's definitely a lucky garbage man out there that's got those cards, and hopefully they're doing the right thing for him now. Whew, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Chris, K2CBD, man, awesome. Thank you so much for all that information. All right, let's see. All right, Jesse, we're up to you next, Jesse. Kilo, Juliet, 7, Yankee Lima, Sierra. Jesse, pick it up, brother. What's your traffic for the FusionNet tonight, brother?
Well, hey everybody. It's great to check in with this net. I think it's my second time on this net. I haven't joined in a couple of months. But wife and I have now finished our move into the Meridian, Idaho area. So we're now closed on the house, and we're about 4 weeks done with our unpacking. But my workstation and stuff and everything all set up. Finally got the internet connected. I'm fully engaged in my hobby and all my antennas and trying not to do on the hobby. My question for the net, my traffic for the net rather, is it possible? I'm still Yaesu Fusion or Yaesu FT70D radio. But is it possible to connect a computer somehow to this radio or to Fusion and send pictures through the digital signal? The reason I'm asking is because I'm getting my satellite dishes running, and when I finish connecting into Go 17 and Go some weather maps, some fantastic pictures from space, and the ability to track hurricanes and weather events and everything without any power or internet required. And so it's handy in an emergency, but also for fun. So I wanted to know from the net if anybody knew how to transfer pictures through Fusion or WiresX, what possible. This is KJ7YLL. Back to the net.
Well, Jesse, that's actually a great question, man. I'm not too familiar with the FT70. I don't have that particular radio. But I do know for the WiresX system that if you do want to transmit pitches, news feeds, and what is it? I gotta look now. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I can't seem to find it right off the hand now. Okay, yeah. If you want to do news or pictures or something like that, let me see. I think I could just click on this button. Yeah. Okay. Text, pictures, or voice. Okay, so on the WiresX machine, and I know I was able to do this with the 100. I was able to do it with the 400. I'm not even sure if I could do it with the 991 because I never attempted it with the 991. But you can leave a text message on the FusionNet host repeater or host unit. Like I host the FusionNet. So you can leave text messages. You can leave, well, on mine, we have it blocked off on ours so it doesn't use up all the space on the computer or slow the computers down any. But you could leave it on the node or the room itself, text messages, pictures, or voice. And then when somebody else comes to that WiresX device, we'll just say the FusionNet for this purpose, they can actually listen, read, or look at the pictures that you previously left. So it is possible. I just don't know if it's possible with the FT70. Um, so, I guess we'd have to do a little bit more research on that. Is there anybody out there that might have more information on that than what I currently know? If they do, come now.
Finish with a comment. Net control?
Okay, so we got N8HUB, and then we got K2CVD. Andy, N8HUB, go ahead, you go first, brother.
Yeah, okay, Joe. I don't know all the ins and outs about it and how it works, but I know there's a microphone you can buy with that. I believe it's for the FT70 has a camera on it, and you can take snapshots and send it to wherever. I don't know where it goes. So it just goes back to your computer or the network or something. But that might be something that would help them out there. I'm not sure. Back to net control, NAHB.
I'm sorry, is he talking? I'm not hearing anything.
Yes, Andy's got a hyphen next to his name, so it doesn't go through to the XLX network. So he didn't. So he did transmit, but you just weren't able to hear him. Andy, if you can, just fix that up. I'll relay the message in the meantime. So basically, what Andy was saying, and I didn't know this, but the FT70 has a camera microphone. I know the FT2D has a camera microphone. I don't know if it'll work for the 3D or the 5DR, but I know that there is a camera that they sell for the FT2D. He says there is also one for the FT70 that you can take a photo and send it. I've only played around with that once at a field day with somebody that had the camera, and it actually works. The downfall to that camera is that you don't have a preview, so you can't see before you take the shot. So it's kind of like aiming it aimlessly and taking the photo. But you can transfer photos that way. So I guess. Oh, excuse me, guys. I guess we could pull up a manual or something and let somebody else, maybe Chris K2CVD, knows a little bit more information on that. So I'm going to throw it over to K2CVD and see what knowledge he can share on that with us. Chris, K2CVD, what do you know about this?
Well, hi, Joe. Thank you. I actually have the FT70D. It's a great, great little radio. It just works very well, but it's not quite as sophisticated as the FT series of radios. I think the camera phone will work with 2D, 3D, and 5D. I don't think it's going to work with the 70 because the 70 doesn't have all of the functionality. It's basically just kind of a simple radio that you can connect UHF, VHF, FM, and the digital C4 FM, but I don't think it works with the camera phone. So I wouldn't buy one. If there's one you could try, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it works with that. K2CVD, back to net control.
Okay, Chris. Thank you for clearing that up. Yeah, the FT70, from what I understand, was like a fundamental Martyrs X radio made for simplicity. And from everybody that I talk to, they say that the FT70 is a great radio. Which is making me want to pick one of those radios up myself because so I need a little something simple for the car. I've been using my 2D for the FusionNet 2, so I haven't had a handheld Fusion radio with me in a while. But all right, that's good to know, Chris. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Kilo Juliet 7, Yankee Lima Sierra. Any other questions or comments for that? And just to let you know, you were having a little wait. Did I call the right? I'm sorry. Yeah, I just wrote it in the wrong place. So, any other questions or comments that you might have? And just to let you know, you were having a little bit of packet loss before. I don't know if you were releasing the PTT a little bit, or just too far or too close to the hotspot that you're using. But yeah, pick it up and let me know.
Okay, well, let me try this and not move around too much in my room. Eventually, I'm gonna get this thing wired up to a vertical antenna, and then I won't have to use my handheld here. But it is the 70D, and so yeah, I was thinking that I could like connect the input like headset port on the radio to my computer somehow. I'd have to the the resistors and everything and verify that, or buy some sort of adapter or something for that. And that way, maybe I could feed it something from the computer and have a lot more control that way. My other option I was considering was Signal Link, which I keep hearing about, and I think it's a way of like the device that has USB on one end and audio cables on the other for connecting to radios like this. I wonder if that will achieve the same thing. But anyway, these pictures I wanted to send are they're pretty large, probably 2 megabytes in size, which obviously is a little infeasible to send over amateur radio at these frequencies. But maybe I could send them in pieces or just crop them down or resize them or something. But I wanted to find out if there was any mechanism at all to send them, if that would work for anybody else that was listening in or wanted to receive them, if that was easy to do. So I appreciate this. I don't want to distract the net too longer, but I appreciate your insight. And maybe we can talk after the net. This is KJ7YLS.
Well, I'm sure that somebody has figured it out where they can hook up the microphone and the speaker of the radio to a computer and receive the information and send the information. I mean, they do it with analog radios all the time. I don't see why it would be any different with a digital radio. I personally have not heard of anything like that. I know that on the FT2, the 3, the 5, they've got built-in modems. So those modems pretty much handle it from like within the radio. So I think I think there would have to be some experimenting. I would definitely check on QRZ. Somebody on QRZ has had to have done that at one point or another. And by the way, that last transmission came in A-OK, crystal clear, no problem at all. And so, like I said, before like these radios like the FT400 or the FTM400, the 100, before they had the capability of APRS, what they would do is either with a Raspberry Pi or a PC, they would make these connections from the audio and video. I mean, the audio and the PTT, they would send the data out through them. I know that it was also possible with 2-meter radios, doing that like with slow scan TV. So I would imagine that there is some sort of some sort of a connection that you can make. You might have to be homebrew. There might be somebody out there that actually makes it as well. So I wouldn't discourage you towards it. You never know. You might be the new pioneer in that. So I would definitely look into it a little bit more. Is there anyone out there that may have some information on this, on connecting the audio and the PTT from the microphone to the 70 and sending data back and forth?
KB2IDX, maybe.
All right, Chris, what's going on, brother? KB2IDX, pick it up.
Okay, I can only tell you what I have learned, and that's far from the whole story. There's more to be discovered, but The cable that comes with the 70D, which I have one, wants you to use the USB port underneath the rubber, which is like a mini USB, the rectangular one. And I ordered the RT Systems software, and the cable that came with it does go from your USB port to the upper connector. And so it is capable of passing data. Whether it works for what you want to do is another story. I don't know, because I don't know where to go from here on that, but that's as much as I know that might help you a little bit. And if you find out, let us all know, because all I can tell you is that it does pass data if it's programming the radio. So maybe experimentation is what needs to be done. Back to net control, KB2IDX.
My thoughts on it, if you can program the radio, through the microphone port, I would assume that you could pass almost any kind of data through it. I mean, when it comes down to it, it's just ones and zeros that are going through there. So good observation there, Chris. I definitely appreciate that. So it seems to the consensus of the people who gave their 2 cents into it that it is possible. It just I have not personally heard of it, but I guess it is definitely possible to do that. So yeah, I'll give it back to you, Jesse, and then we'll shoot on down for more traffic.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I figured this is going to be experimental, and I appreciate you giving your feedback and so much to think about. I'm just trying to find a way of putting the satellite pictures into amateur radio, and so I can turn it back over to YLS.
All right, awesome, brother, awesome, man. Good. And you know what? Let me know if you make any leeway with that. That's definitely a good topic for the net, man. Awesome, brother. All right, let's see. Next up for traffic is our resident comedian, Cigarette Annette, KK7AYJ. Annette, pick it up, sister.
Good evening, everyone on the net this evening. This is Cigarette Annette with KK7AYJ, and my joke of the evening. Betty was a little old lady who was always cheerful and quite happy with her life. But lately, she had started having a bit of a problem. One day, she goes to the doctor and says, I have this problem with gas, but it really doesn't bother me too much. My farts never smell, and they're always silent. The doctor replies, Is that so? Betty continues, Yes, as a matter of fact, I have farted at least 20 times since I've been here in your office. And you didn't know I was farting because they don't smell and they are silent. The doctor says, I see. Take these pills and come back and see me next week. Betty goes home and takes her pills as prescribed. And suddenly, she starts seeing some big changes in her everyday life. The next week, she goes back to the doctor. Doctor, she says, I don't know what the hell you gave me, but now my farts, although still silent, stink terribly. The doctor nodded and said, Good. Now that we've cleared up your sinuses, let's work on your hearing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I had a feeling that was coming. I had a feeling that was coming. But that is really, really awesome, man. Awesome. That's great, man. And for those who have missed the joke or didn't quite get it or couldn't hear it for any reason or another, you can always check out the joke on the FusionNet.org, the FusionNet.org. Just go to the upper right-hand corner and go to Cigarette and Net's Joke of the Week. We post it every week. All right, let's see. Next up on the list, we got N8HUB, Andy. Andy, pick it up, brother.
NHB. Okay, I'll slide over to the handheld here. On the radio, I tried to change that on my call there. I couldn't get that dash out of there. It either give me a dash or a slash. I can't find an empty spot on there, but I'll have to get back in the manual tomorrow and take a look at it. Otherwise, this handheld works just fine. So I just want to say good evening and having some good weather here. It's gonna get hot, like you said, next week. Gonna get a little hot. I think one day it's gonna be 88 degrees, but all the rest of the time it's gonna be in the lower 80s. And then the week after that, I guess it's gonna be stay in the 70s, and not much rain either. So if we have weather like this for a while, it wouldn't hurt my feelings a bit. Let me buy a minute here. Other than that, I've been pretty busy. We had people in and out of the house here the last couple of weeks. My cousin's been over redoing the floors and sanding and pounding and stuff, so not much chance to get on the radios. But he's gone now, so I don't know how long he's going to be gone. I hope it's for a good long time anyway. Don't need any more hammer and pounding and saws and stuff here. I can't take all that racket. But other than that, things are going pretty good here as far as the weather and things like that, storms. But just wanted to jump in and say hello, try to get in more often. But wanted to say hello, give you another number on the list, and promote our net. We have a net every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern. 21335, West Michigan Connect, 21335. That number will get you on both ways on the repeater and a hotspot. So if you have a hotspot, give it a shot and say hello. Next, Joe, back to you, N8HUB.
All right, Andy, awesome, man. Guys, don't forget, check out the West Michigan Connect, 21335, 7 p.m. Tuesday night. And Andy, since you took that dash out, even though you just had your name behind it, you came through the net without a problem that time. So we heard you that time. So it's just, for some reason, man, I don't know why they don't fix that problem with that dash in between the names. It's just been years coming now. But it's working now, so you got it going. Awesome, brother. Awesome. All right, next up we had Bruce, and then we had, let's see, Bruce had no traffic. Bob had no traffic. All right, so I guess it's time for the question. Oh, wait a second. Hold on a second. Someone's got a comment. Dave. Yeah, Dave, you got a comment?
Again, 7MKY. Yeah, first and foremost, I wanted to make sure that Ned's joke came through. Not sure what happened, but looks like XLX network kind of disconnected from us for some reason. So I'll go back to you for my comment. Do you hear Ned's joke?
Yes, a net joke came through the XLX network and the FusionNet without a problem. Just to let you know, 99.9% of the time, the XLX network is working just fine. I tried to explain to you and other people before. Most of the time, it is your hotspots that are not connecting. You got to remember the XLX network is not a hotspot. It is it's a server. So you guys are coming into the server, and it depends on the hotspots that are receiving them to transmit and to receive and transmit them. So most of the times it's the user's hotspots. I know people. It's easier to say that it's the network this, it's that, but I monitor the networks here, and everybody's been coming through the network. It's been good. Its bit error rate is fine, and I'm even double checking right now. The bit error rate has been within its normal fluctuation for the entire net. Yep. So yeah, that definitely has been. All right. So it just it could be your hotspots. Like I said, it could be that you're either too close, too far. The hotspots are very fickle. The better of the hotspots are the open spots, which I believe you do have. But other than that, I can't tell you what could possibly be going wrong. But I can tell you that it was definitely playing over here. We all heard it. I heard it coming through the DMR side. I heard it coming through the Droid Star on the phone. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, brother.
In 7MKY, yeah, no worries. I just was wondering if the network dropped. It is an open spot too to the XLX. So I'm not sure what happened, but when I logged into it, it was back to the reflector in 7MKY instead of XLX 6369. No worries. I'll grab the Net's radio. I just wanted to make sure everybody heard her joke because it was funny. We just didn't hear anything after she unkeyed. So, back to the comment. This goes back to Jesse on the FT70. The only luck that I've had getting the USB cable to communicate with the FT70 is when you do the fancy power dance in programming mode. Programming mode, that is. That's the only way the USB cable works. But, hey, somebody picks the radio apart and figures out how to do it. I'd like to know how to do it too. But other than that, the FT70 is a great radio. Definitely a wonderful entry-level Fusion radio. Under $200 to just get on Fusion. So that's all I got. Net control. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, since he mentioned the FT70, I went online and I'm looking at it, and I really do. It's nice. It's a small radio. It's compact. I don't even know. Maybe this is a used one here. You can definitely buy a new one from Ham Radio Outlet for like 174, 175. Gigaplots has got it for 175. But I am seeing it here, and I don't know why. But this one over here, where is it? This got to be somewhere with secondhand. I don't know. But I'm looking on cafedrawer.com, and the original FT70 is going for $89. $89. That's a steal of a price for a Fusion radio. I would definitely go take a look at it, see how many they actually have, and you might at that price you could even buy two of them. The name of the website is Cafe Drawer, CAFEDRAW. Phonetically, that is Charlie Alpha Foxtrot Echo Delta Romeo Alpha Whiskey.com, and go check it out. They got it for $89 there. I wonder what there's got to be a gimmick to that. It's got to see. It does not say used. I don't know. Maybe it's coming from China or somewhere. I just don't know. And it says it comes with a 3-year manufacturer's warranty. Huh. I just don't know where this place is. I don't know if they're credible or not. But $89 for an FT70, that's a darn good price, guys. Or you could, if you want to get it from a trusted source, $174.95 at Ham Radio Outlet. Let's see. Oh, this one, $218. Amazon is out of their mind sometimes. But definitely go check the radio out. All right, everybody. So I'm going to call to see if there's any check-ins, man. It's been a little over a half an hour, actually a little longer than that, since I asked for any check-ins. Sorry for those guys who were waiting out there. This is Radio Station Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo, Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York, and we are looking for check-ins. Check-ins, check-ins, come one, come all. Everybody's welcome, and you do not have to be a member.
Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee, Robert 50.
All right, Rob, what is going on, brother? My brother from the land down under. How you doing, man? What's going on? Any traffic for the net? And what is your local outside temperature, brother?
Yes, good, what is it? Good afternoon. Yeah, just afternoon. Robert, Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee, Kelly Lord, South Wales. Oh, part of the urban swell that is Sydney. Yeah, I looked up the temperature. It is 73 Fahrenheit. Nice, beautiful spring day. Sun is shining. Sky is blue. We had a couple inches of rain yesterday, but today is absolutely gorgeous. Not a whole lot to share with you. We're officially having a day of mourning for the Queen. The Queen was also Queen of Australia. We've also lost our Queen as well. And we have a day of mourning on the 22nd. It's a public holiday. Everything will be shut down for that day. And, just be remembering the Queen. That's not much else happening. Just want to say good evening. VK2DY. Back to net. Oh, one more thing. I know they do a picture net on D-Star. So D-Star does support pictures going through, but I don't know anything about System Fusion. VK2DY. Back to net.
Yes, yes, the Queen. That is very sad news, man. She was a humanitarian. You know, I've been finding out more and more about her. You know, she's exempt from a lot of the laws because she's queen. One of them is to pay taxes that she doesn't have, but she does. She pays taxes every year and then some. She was just a good humanitarian. You know, a lot of people out there either love the Queen, and the other half of the people want to say that she's an alien reptilian race and all these negative things to say. I don't know. It kind of just proves the existence of mental illness in the world when they say stuff like that. But yeah, it's said, and so now Prince Charles is the king. I think this is the first time they've had a king in like what is it, 70 something years? I think it is. I don't know. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but first time England is going to have a king in a very long time.
Yep, 70 years. VK2DY. Her father was George VI. VK2DY.
All right. Very good, man. Very good. All right. Let's see. Are there any other check-ins? Any other check-ins? Check-ins for the FusionNet. This is AC2AE, and we're looking for check-ins. Come one, come all. Everybody's welcome.
Joe, KG0BK with the recheck.
Alrighty, KG0BK. Go ahead there, brother.
Okay, well, I've been monitoring N9VELs online for a few minutes. They asked him if he wanted to check in and checked out. So, but Chris, KB2 IUX is if we could have that website. I'm assuming that's about the radios, the DX or the 70s that you had mentioned a little bit ago.
Yes, I almost closed that website. I almost closed it. Here, you know what? I am going to put, let me see, copy, and I'm going to put it directly into the AIM chat, paste, enter. Give it a few seconds. For some reason, it takes a couple of seconds to pop up. I'm also going to put it in the Wires X chat as well. Send. Okay. So yeah, it hasn't popped up yet. Now there it goes. There it goes. So KB2IDX, it should be in that AIM chat window right now for you. If you guys are using the Wires X, I just put it into the FusionNet Wires X chat room. I guess I could also put it up on the website if I remember. But go check it out. It's kind of a long URL, but it is on cafedrawer.com for $89. Dude, if I didn't have car work to do, I got to go to Pennsylvania to go pick up car parts because my car is 20 years old and they just don't make parts for it anymore. So I found a convenient junkyard out in, or say a not so convenient junkyard in Pennsylvania, and I got to go pick up parts tomorrow and get my car back on the road. All right, let's see. Russ, before I let you go, man, you said that the station that was coming in was a November Victor 9 station, was it?
No, negative. Well, by the way, yeah, it did come through, and Chris says, awesome, thanks. No, it was the sorry about that, N9 Bravo Echo Lima, N9 VEL. He was only in a couple of minutes, and I asked him if he wanted to check in, and then he got offline, so maybe I scared him off. KG0BK.
There you go, scaring the members again. What'd I tell you about that? All right, I threw him in the log anyway. We got him in there. He was here and on the net logger. Let's see. Now I'm looking through it. Oh, we had a couple other stations. All right, but looks like he just came in and came out for a second or two. This guy was another second or two. All right, yeah. If they're not here for a minute or two or longer, we won't put them in. If they're here for just a second and jumped right out. But the guy's name was Terry, November 9, Bravo Echo Lima, out in Caseyville, Illinois. And that was a long way from where I lived when I lived in Illinois. But all right, we got him in there anyway. Week's number 20 for us. All right, let's see. Traffic is all done. I'm going to give another call for check-ins. Who wants to be number 21? Who wants to be number 21 on the list? This is radio station Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo. Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York. And we're looking for check-ins for the FusionNet. Nothing heard, nothing So, we're just going to move on over to the question of the evening. It's getting pretty late, guys. So, good question tonight. The question tonight comes from JKD2LRX. Now, guys, there is no right or wrong answer. It's I guess this is a topic of discussion that we can discuss a bit. And it says, now this is your opinion, guys, so it doesn't have to be factual. This is just your opinion. What is an advantage or a disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or wires X? Once again, the question is, and I'll repeat it if you guys need me to, the question is, in your opinion, what is an advantage or a disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or wires X? Well, seeing that Jay is the second check-in tonight, he's up first on the list. So, Jay, you get to answer your question first tonight. KD2LRX, pick it up, brother.
KD2LRX. Thanks, Joe. I hope everyone enjoys tonight's question. I would say the clear advantage is that you have the ability to make contacts with people that maybe you wouldn't be able to because of the limitations of your antenna setup or your situation. Maybe if you guys are like me, you guys are in a situation where you're in an apartment where you can't put a massive antenna or whatever, and necessarily effectively reach places like, I don't know, California or Italy or even Australia. We have a bunch of Australian stations out there. Wires X hotspots allow you to talk to all these people easily, simply. They're definitely easy to access. If you want to talk to somebody in Australia, you can access an Australian room. Same thing with, you can pretty much go state by state if you want. Let me let this drop. So I would say accessibility is definitely an advantage of a hotspot or wires X. Accessibility, being able to access people that you might not have been able to. Just using digital straight RF or analog for that matter, or maybe even using HF. You might not be able to make out another station in a foreign place. Just with your HF rig. With digital wires X and the hotspot, you have the ability to do so. The limitation, well, if the internet goes down, your Wi-Fi card goes down, your hotspot goes down, then you're kind of in a pickle. You won't be able to get out there through one of those modes. So if BIOS is working in the neighborhood or cable's working in the neighborhood and they cut the wrong wire, you're kind of out of luck. You could actually use your mobile network, I suppose. But if that's down, or say your hotspot goes down, say you didn't do an update on your Zoom spot or something like that, then you're in a jam. So those are the advantages and limitations that I think. Back to net, KD2 LRX.
All right, you heard it from the questionnaire himself, JKD2LRX, the advantages and disadvantages of I should just read the question. The advantages and disadvantages of operating a radio using a hotspot or wires X. Awesome, Jay. All right, let's see. Next station was In and Out. Then we have my brother Texan. Yeehaw! N5 DWR Dennis. Dennis, in your opinion, what is an advantage or a disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or Wires X?
Well, I pretty much agree with what Jason was talking about. The only thing I can add there is for us people that have an HOA, which limits us to having antennas, and I'm sure, Joe, you've had an issue with that lately. You haven't had your antennas to enable your HF too much. So, having Wires X still lets us communicate with the world around us. And advantage of it, if like the sunspots are giving us trouble, your HF is not nearly as good because it depends on being able to transmit across the air, where we can use our Wi-Fi and the internet. So I just see it as generally for me, it's a plus. I have an HOA, and they're just really sticklers for antennas or the lack thereof. So that's mine. I'm going to stick with that. Back to you, Joe. N5. Do you have your...
All right, yes. I think we're all going to kind of be in agreement on this one tonight with Jay and with Dennis. Let's see. Dave, you're definitely a moderator, Dave. we got it. For those who don't know, we do have a side chat for net control operators here, and I don't know why that is saying that on your side of the computer. That's pretty odd. But I just sent the photo to you. You're definitely a moderator on the group for sure. And matter of fact, you're even a group expert. You're an expert. I don't know why that would say that. That's pretty odd. But I'll try and fix it. I guess I'll have to fix it after the net. I can't do it right at this moment. But awesome, man. Dennis, awesome. Dave, what do you think that could be? Why do you think that's happening? N7MKY, pick it up.
November 7, Mike Kilo Yankee.
Yeah, Dave, pick it on up, brother.
So that link on Facebook, so everybody can go to our Facebook page, and if you're not a member, please become one. Then you can see the link on that awesome deal on that FT70. I also posted it on the screen, so you'll see in the chat window. If you don't have it up and running, when you re-roll, just talking to me. But if you watch the YouTube live stream, you'll see the chat come up during this part showing the link for that FT70. That's you, Joe.
Awesome. Dude, like I said, I've got you down as a moderator. I don't know why it's not showing on your end as a moderator, but I definitely got you as a moderator. But Facebook had just recently, I noticed this just this week, so I don't know exactly when they did what they did, but let's see. Hold on. Remove group expert. Yeah, I don't know how to even boost it up just yet. I'll take a look at it after the net. But you're definitely on there as a moderator and a group expert for sure. Yeah, where the heck, man? Well, Dave did post it on the Facebook page, so it is there. CafeDroid.com, the FT70 for $89. Sometimes when it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. So I would just use caution going to that site. Like I said, I just looked it up tonight and saw it, so I'm not 100% sure on where or who the sellers are of that. But if it is real, and let us know, guys. Definitely let us know so we can recommend it to everybody. All right, let's see. Let's move it on along. After Dennis, we've got Howard, KD2 MSU, out in Coney Island. Howard, what's going on, brother? KD2 MSU, pick it up. In your opinion, what is an advantage or a disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or Wires X?
Okay, I would say one advantage would be transcoding ability. You can use your Fusion radio and be on P25 without needing the P25 radio. If you have one of the advanced hotspots, like OpenSpot 4, I guess, they've gotten all the wrinkles out of it. Some of the disadvantages is probably etiquette. Etiquette requires short conversations when it's busy, so you might not get your full thoughts in. And then there's a lot of cutting off, dropping of signals, and it would be nice if everything could be timed to turn on and off at the same time, at the same moment. And you're probably dealing with milliseconds here, or less sometimes, and that's even get cut out. And, first of all, I never really thought that it is being radio, because the signal path of your radio could be a few feet to your computer or hotspot. And then there are radios you're talking to directly and go over the internet. So there's no ham radio really involved. Okay, that's about it. That's all I can think of right now. Secure Delta 2, Mike Sierra Uniform, back to net control.
All right, Howard. Awesome, brother. Awesome. Yes, I definitely like that answer. They don't call it an MMDVM for nothing, the hotspots. It's multi-mode digital voice modem. So you could use multiple different modes from DMR to D-Star to YSF to P25. And I'm sure they got a whole bunch of new other ones out there since I've actually played around with them. But I don't know if anybody else has caught on to this but me. I might be the only maniac in the group, but MMDVM stands for Multi-Mode Digital Voice Modem. Now, the word modem comes from a combination of words, which is modulation demodulation. So in the acronym, they have kind of I don't know if you would call this an acronym, modem, but they kind of like put two words together. So they've got I don't even know what they would call that, but it really should be MM it really should be MMDVMM, or wait, no, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. It should be MMDVMD. So it should be multi-mode digital voice modulation demodulation. Maybe I'm just overthinking this a little too much. What do you guys think? All right, next up, okay, is it in and out? But Dave, I know you said in and out, but I know you're still there. So I don't know if you want to answer the question or not, or just pass for the night. I know your eyes are still bothering you a little bit. I don't know. I'm gonna have to have a talk with that doctor. I got a feeling I got a feeling it was Doc Vinny Gumatz who worked on your eyes. But let's see if N7MKY. I got a question mark next to your name. So again, Dave, if you want to answer, pick it on up, brother.
N7MKY. I'll answer it, but read the question again, please.
Absolutely no problem. Absolutely, positively. Okay. In your opinion, what is an advantage or a disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or wires X?
All right. Yes, I will offer you my opinion, and we all know the old saying out there that opinions are like, well, you know, the posterior end holes. Everybody's got one, but here's mine. So hotspots are great. They're fantastic, especially if you're in an HOA, an apartment, or somewhere where you just can't put up an antenna to hit a wires X repeater. But if you have a radio that has the ability to hook up to a PC and use the wires X software, that is definitely the more preferred way of doing things, at least in my opinion, because then you can connect directly to whatever room is hosting a wonderful net like 40821. Write that number down, 40821 on Thursdays. That's the FusionNet. When you connect to it directly, you have absolutely no problems. The audio is crystal clear unless your computer restarts or your internet goes down. Hotspots, on the other hand, are very, very handy, and I recommend that everybody at least has one. Why? Because if you're lucky enough to have internet in the car and you're traveling 350 to 360 miles to, say, I don't know, Yakima, Washington, you can actually use your Fusion radio to connect to your hotspot and connect to XLX369 or the Monkey Room, which has now been changed to 83624 that matches the Wires X room, and you can talk all the way unless you lose your internet connection in the car. Your most reliable is going to be Wires X, whether it be to a repeater via RF or through the software through the USB cable hooked up to an FTM 300, 400, 200, 100, FT3, FT5, etc., etc. Unfortunately, the FT70 does not have that capability. I wish it did, because it's a nice little radio and cheap and inexpensive. But that is my opinion. With 50 seconds, I am not going to get a timeout of work. I'm still the reigning champion in 7MKY. Net control extraordinary to return soon with 0 timeouts. So thanks, Joe, for letting me talk about my opinions on that subject, because I love Wires X and I love hotspots. And by darn it, it's all that smoke in there from the world that's on fire out here out west. And I gotta tell you, my eye was a gusher back to net control.
All right, Dave. Awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome, brother. Dude, Jake, check your Facebook page again. I think I sent you something, or something should be there for you. I don't know if I got there just yet. I just found it, so you should be in like Flynn. All right, let's see. Next up on the list, we got, look at this. We got Indian Springs, Nevada. We got Ken, November Victor 7, Sierra Sierra. Ken, what's going on, brother? Hopefully you're doing good. And in your opinion, what is an advantage or a disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or wires X?
Hello there, Joe. This is NV7SS here in beautiful Indian Springs, Nevada. Yeah. Well, I've never used Wires X. I can't really comment on how well I use that or whatever. But as far as the D-Star goes, and I don't have any access to any repeaters that offer me D-Star or any digital operation. I'm too far from any one of them. There's sort of a hill that goes over before I get to Las Vegas, so I can't reach any of them. So they're too far away from me. So hotspot is the only thing I've got to use, and it works fantastic for me, and that's the only advantage I've got. So I don't know anything else to say. Haven't been in it that long to really make a good opinion on it. So that's I don't know. That's about it. So okay, Joe. Thanks a lot for letting me have my opinion there and take my turn there. You have a great net, and you're sounding fantastic. Back to you, Joe. This is NV7SS. Thanks again.
All right, NV7SS Ken. You know, Ken is proof in the pudding to the FusionNet, man. You know, when we set this out, man, we set out to get all the modes to combine, to use everything. You know, a lot of people think the FusionNet is because WiresX System Fusion, but the truth of the matter is, when Jay and I were creating this net, we wanted to do like that Chinese fusion, the food, and just fuse all the modes together, which we still have a lot more modes to go and do. But thank God for the open spot and for the Pi Star hotspots that were able to do cross modes and stuff like that, and get all these modes in available. And you know, even if you don't have Wires X, you can still get in with other digital modes, whether it be DMR, D-Star, or just YSF, I guess, or even P25. I believe you can do P25. Jake could probably clear that up for me now. He uses the P25 every now and again. So awesome, man. Ken, good to have you on here. And all those that don't have Wires X that come in through their hotspots, we're just so glad and grateful to have you guys. All right, let's see. Next up on the list is Chris down in Florida, KB2 IDX. Chris, pick it up, brother. In your opinion, what is an advantage or a disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or Wires X?
Okay, just making sure I get all the gateways through. I shall opine for you. As far as disadvantage goes, I'm going to agree with the majority. You lose the internet and you're through. And digital simplex, while it does work, is inefficient for emergency communications. So you couldn't really do much simplex either with a digital radio. In fact, it's already in the area I live, it's already been decided that if some disaster were to happen, everyone would be on analog because everybody's got an analog radio. Advantage, just like Ken said, one of them is if you do not have a local repeater. That's such a huge advantage for you, for both Wires X and C4 FM and DMR. It's also a lot of fun. They're really great to play around with, see what you can connect to and who you can hear. And you get used to certain people being on the air at certain times on certain channels, and you make sure you switch to it. So it's fun. And that's my opinion, and like you said, I'm sticking to it. One last thing, I also think that the HRI 200 and the 70D are not compatible. I don't think you can use that on a HRI 200. Back to net control, KB2IDX.
Wait a minute, Chris. Yeah, I didn't quite. I mean, you came through, but I wasn't quite paying attention towards the end there. Sorry about that. What is not compatible?
The 70D, the Yaesu FT70D, I do not believe is compatible with the HRI 200. And if I'm wrong, somebody please correct me, and I'll put one on order quick.
Oh no, you are 100% correct. You're definitely correct with that. Matter of fact, as far as I know at this moment, the radios that you can use an HRI 200 and host a room with, of course, is the FTM 400. I believe definitely the 100 for sure. I'm not sure about the 200, but I know that the 300 you can use and use it as a host for the 200, the HRI 200 rather. What was I going to say? The only difference between, when we first started out, you had to have that HRI 200 to have a room or whatnot. But now they have made it, I think it was about 2 years, maybe 3 years ago, they made it so that you can use certain radios without having the HRI 200. The only drawback to that would be is that you would not be able to host a room, meaning that you would not be able to, let's see, you wouldn't be able to do something like what we're doing here with the FusionNet, where everybody can connect. But without the HRI 200, you can connect to whichever room that you need to connect to. So that was the only drawback to that. But yeah, I believe all the HTs. I don't believe that you can actually use the HRI 200 with it, but you could use some of them, like the 2DR, the 3DR, the 5DR. You could use those HTs as node radios or in PDN mode. So there's that. All right, very good, man, very good. Awesome question tonight, Jay. Awesome question. All right, Howard out in Orlando, Florida. KC4, Zulu Yankee Charlie. Pick it on up, brother. In your opinion, what is an advantage or disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or wires X? All right, let's see if Howard is out there. Maybe he had to leave. KC4, Kilo Charlie 4, Zulu Yankee Charlie. Howard out in Florida. You're up next, brother. All right, Howard must have stepped out, which brings us to none other than Rusty Balloons. Kilo Golf Zero, Bravo Kilo. Russ, in your opinion, what is an advantage or a disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or wires X?
Well, first of all, I've got to say, da da da, da 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 da, da da da, J J J. Only you can come up with this kind of question, and it could be loaded. And I was kind of taking notes, and I scratched out some of the notes, and I personally do not like hot spots or anything. In other words, if I've got a Chevy, I want Chevy parts. If I got Ford, I want Ford parts. If I got a Yaesu, I want Yaesu parts. That's just me. I can see it. I have to agree with Dave. Depending on how bad do you want to get on the air. Are you in an HOA or something, which I've been into before, and you can't do this, you can't do this, but you can do this. Right now, I'm in the basement of my son's house, 80 AM, and I'm going through his. Actually, he's got it hooked up to a HRI 200, his system, so I don't have to worry about doing analog or digital. It already knows what mode I'm in, and I can connect to here, and I can go over to America Link if I want to, and really don't have to switch modes. But I guess it's in the circumstance that you need to be in. The PDN mode with Wires X I thought was awesome. You hit one button and then you connect to the room and it's great. You know, it's not like DMR or something. You got to hook to this and hook to this and hook to this. Nah, it was just so easy. That's why I always liked Wires X. So yeah, I don't have a timer down here. Well, I do. It's a little green one. I've got the same one you do, Joe. And Dave, thanks for saying that. And it's on now. So I don't have a timer. I can't look at the computer and see how long I've been on, like you can if you're just right on Wires X through your computer. But tough question. I really don't have a real good answer, I guess. So that's going to be it for me. And I know I didn't have an answer. Unbelievable. KG0BK.
All right, Russ. You know, and listen, I can definitely understand and sympathize with not liking hot spots. I got to say, you know, for a lot of you that have been here for a long time, you know, I was definitely 100% against digital radio in the beginning. I was analog all the way, and didn't even. You could ask Jay. I did not even want to entertain the idea of going digital until I actually heard Wires X and the audio quality on it and stuff like that. And I was like, I was like, I don't know, maybe there's a little something to this. And then I got the Wires X radio, and I was playing around with it. Then the hotspots came along and kind of drove me crazy for a while. Then I figured it out. Then I liked it for a while. But then with all the perks in the beginning and the early stages of the PlayStar, I was kind of like getting I don't know. I guess a little discouraged. I was like, maybe it's a little just too much work to you know to use this. You know, in the beginning, the multi modes weren't working correctly. They were very experimental. The PlayStar program was new. Andy Taylor was forever updating, and and then when we were building the FusionNet, you know, I for like 6 or 7 months was ripping my hair out with this stuff and driving me just absolutely back poop crazy. And so I mean literally, I mean I'm talking like within hours was about to just give the whole thing up and just stop with all the digital and just go back to analog. But if it wasn't for Ryan, W4EAE, I would have most likely given up on this. But Ryan swooped in, saved the day. He is the engineer of the FusionNet, like Scotty is to the Enterprise, Ryan is to the FusionNet. So I gotta say, I'm very grateful for Ryan W4EAE, man. And he's really he pulled through big time. Saved me from throwing a lot of equipment away and from getting the old sledgehammer and just getting rid of it the easy way. All right, let me let this drop.
Recheck real quick there, Joe.
Yes, go ahead there, Russ.
I had just a note to Ken HUV Andy. I talked to him on his net 2 or 3 times, and he was going to get on, and he didn't get on. And, but things are alive and well. Thanks, Andy, for being on, so we don't have to worry about you. That's it. Thanks, Joe. KG0BK.
Well, I'll tell you, man. Andy is kind of lucky that he doesn't have a picture of himself on his QRZ page, because I'm going to tell you, we were going to put him on a milk carton. We were going to send the troops after him. You know, so some of the guys we have some information on. You know, some guys we don't. You know, I think I've got Andy's what's it called, phone number for the FusionNet. But yeah, my next step was to give him a call, man. You know, just to let you guys know, man. You know, when you guys are here every week, and then you know you don't show up for a week, we're like, okay, maybe you know you had some kind of you know an affair to do, go with the wife somewhere out to dinner, maybe a party or something. And if you don't show up the second week in a row, then we're kind of like, all right, what happened to him? But then when it starts stretching to like a third week, we're like, what happened, man? What happened? You know, especially if this nasty COVID stuff is around. You know, we start worrying about you guys. And you can definitely ask Russ, KG0BK. We will send the contacts out for you, man. We will try and contact your family. We will put you on a milk carton. We will put you on a Where's Waldo poster. We have no shame here, for sure. I think the shame thing went out the window a very, very long time ago. Oh man. Jay, I can just picture Jay. Jay is sitting by his desk right now, and his head's popping up and down. Yep, that's right. We'll do that. And so's Russ. Russ is sitting there with his head going, yep, they did that to me. Woohoo! All right. Let's get to it, man. All right, let's go. We're up next to K2CVD, a statistician and ambassador to the FusionNet. Chris, in your opinion, what is an advantage or a disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or Wires X?
Hi, Joe, and everybody on the net. Thank you. You probably can imagine I am 100% in favor of the digital modes. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be out on the air at all. I'm going to give you just 3 quick points about this. The first time I got a hotspot working, I was on D-Star. I talked to a guy in South Korea, HL5 BBD. I just couldn't imagine it. I'm here on the Upper West Side of Manhattan talking to somebody in South Korea. Wow, that was terrific. Second point is, with the digital modes, if you have a tech license, the basic entry-level license, you can talk to anybody, anywhere. I think it just kind of builds enthusiasm for the hobby. If I can get on, this morning I talked to somebody in Copenhagen, and near where my parents came from in Germany. So I just love that. And the third part is the reason I got interested in doing the stats is if you look at this net, where the people come from, it's all 4 time zones in the U.S., Australia, Canada, Japan. I mean, the people we've had are phenomenal. So I am 100% in favor of the digital modes. K2 CVD, back to net control.
Great point. Great points. Great points. TV2LRX.
Yeah, I was going to say that myself. Great points, man. Yeah, and I guess I'll save mine for when I go. But yeah, you definitely bring up awesome points there, Chris. All right, let's see. We got Wesley now. Alpha Golf 7 Whiskey Quebec. Wesley, in your opinion, what is an advantage or disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or Wires X?
Well, my comments will pretty much echo what you've heard already. I have an FT3D connected to my laptop computer running the Wires X application, and it's connected to the Wi-Fi in my car. So I can literally just pull over on the side of the road and check into the FusionNet on Thursday evening. I don't even think I need to say anymore. That's net control. UG7WQ.
All right, awesome, man, awesome. Yeah, I mean we're able to use them in mobile applications now. Take it with us, put little batteries on them. I mean, I've got a hotspot, a Zoom spot actually, on a little Pi Zero inside of a little case, and I've got a small little battery on it. So I can literally put this thing in my pocket, run it off of my phone's Wi-Fi, and just take it anywhere with me. These things are amazing these days. All right, let's see. Jesse, Kilo Juliet 7, Yankee Lima Sierra. Jesse, what's going on, brother? And what is your answer to the question tonight? In your opinion, what is an advantage or a disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or Wires X? All right. I think Jesse had to leave a little early. All right, so that brings us over to Longhorn, PA. Kilo Bravo 3, Sierra Yankee, Kilo. Jim, what's going on, brother? In your opinion, what is an advantage or a disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or Wires X? All right. Stations too. Let's see. Let's go over to Cigarette Net. KK7 AYJ. In your opinion, what is an advantage or disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or Wires X?
KK7AYJ to net control. I have no answer for this evening. I understand them a little bit, so I'm going to have the same answer that N7MKY had. We'll have a duplicate opinion. Back to net control.
All right, we're going to start calling you Copycat Cigarette in that. Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, I would figure that you guys, seeing that you're married and you live together and you love each other, you're going to have some similar likes and dislikes. Awesome, man. All right, next up is none other than the Chief, Andy, N-A-H-U-B. Andy, pick it up, brother. Gotcha, Andy, N-A-H-U-B. In your opinion, what is the advantages or disadvantages of operating a radio using a hotspot or wires X? All right, we lost that in connect there. All right, which brings us down to Boise, Idaho. Bob, Kilo 6, Oscar Whiskey Foxtrot. What's going on, Bob? And in your opinion, what is an advantage or a disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or wires X? All right. I'm definitely coming through this radio. And, oof, oh yeah, I'm definitely coming through here. All right, I was thinking maybe I wasn't being heard. All right, so that brings us down to Robert out in Australia, or I should say down under in Australia. VK2, Delta Yankee. Robert, in your opinion, what is an advantage or disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or wires X? All right, we seem to have lost the last five contestants and then some. But all right, well, I gotta say, I guess it's my turn to answer the question there. Well, I think the advantages of it is it has definitely increased the membership of amateur radio for sure. Another advantage to it is, even though our signals for wattage by wattage does not increase, but because it's using packets, it captures the signal. So even like low signals on FM or even like on sideband, it kind of enhances the audio, which makes it seem to be a better connection. I'll give you guys a for instance. Many years ago, while Jay and I were on one night, late night, I was talking to Jay through the Wires X, or I should say the FusionNet. And a gentleman had come in with a few other gentlemen, and they were connecting to our station, or so we thought. But in actuality, what was happening was my antenna at the time was on top of the building was so high that I was actually hitting their repeater, which was down in Delaware, from where I am in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York, which is about a good 200-mile run. And so what happened was I was using 50 watts, so they weren't hearing us through our repeater, but they were hearing us through their repeater. So all said and done, we made our contacts, we laughed about it, we had a good time. I told them I would lower my wattage down to 5 watts. I went down to 5 watts, and I said to Jay, I said, all right, I'm down to 5 watts. This should definitely do. I don't think they're hearing me anymore. I let go of the foot pedal, and right away they came right back and said, nope, we still hear you. So it definitely increased the signal capability. So I would definitely say I have been definitely for the hotspots. They are definitely awesome, in my opinion. Definitely like them. And I only see the only negativity that I see with the hotspots is that they are dependent on the internet. The internet goes down, the hotspots are pretty much useless, and we're just stuck with digital modes locally. So that's about it, man. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I am AC2AE. Does anybody have any questions or comments for the net tonight?
Can I get a late check-in, please?
Absolutely, you can get a late check-in without a problem, brother. And I'll even pose the question of the evening to you, man. How's everything going? And just give me a local outside temperature. And the question of the evening is, in your opinion, what is an advantage or disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or wires X?
Well, good evening, Joe, and to everybody on the net. This is Kilo Bravo 6, Delta Hotel Romeo. Mike Kelso over here in Kelso, Washington. And the local temperature is 64.8 degrees. And as far as hotspot, I don't have one, never used one, so I do not know, so I cannot say. I'm specifically, I mean, I have other radios, but I am really a Yaesu guy, so obviously I'm using Wires X. I do have a DMR radio. I bought a Anytone 878, and I do need to get a hotspot. Disadvantage, obviously, like everybody says, if the internet goes down, no way. Now I have an advantage. I have internet in my Chevy pickup, and I can take my laptop and either my FTM 400 or my FT2D out to the truck, and I can still do Wires X, you know. And then if I want, I've got a battery I can hook stuff up to, and I can do analog also. But I really like Wires X because you can talk to anybody, anywhere. You don't have to call CQDX or any stuff like that. I don't know if I'll ever get my own room because there's too many to hang out in where I know people. But other than that, I mean, I like any kind of radio, whether it's digital, analog, FRS, GMRS, CB. I've got everything here in the house in front of me. You know, I got a big bad Galaxy Saturn for 11 meters. I got a 878, the FT2D, a Kenwood THF6A, a Yaesu FT8900 or 7900, 891, FT450. I think I got a 2510 running around here, and you know, I got more radios, and I need more. Back to you, Joe.
KD2LRX, filling in for Joe just momentarily. Very, very, very cool. And you've got a beautiful lineup of radios. No question about it. That is absolutely awesome. Very, very cool. just do me a favor. My net logger seems to have just frozen. I'm not sure why. I probably just have to open it and close it again, which I'm trying to do, and with one hand while my other hand's on my push to talk. So just remind me, where your call sign and where you're coming in from again.
Kilo Bravo 6, Delta Hotel Romeo, Mike, Kelso, Washington.
Mike, I knew you sounded familiar. Like I said, my net logger froze up on me. And I didn't catch the call sign. So I appreciate that. Very, very good. Thank you, sir. I'm glad you checked in. I'm glad you're in the, I think you're in the 21 position right now. So, are there any other stations looking to check in? Please call that control now. KD2 LRX.
This is John, K7 Juliet Bravo Charlie in Nampa, Idaho. Temperature probably about 70 degrees. Ready for rain.
All right, we got John in there. John, welcome to FusionNet in Nampa, Idaho. Just give me that temperature one more time. I think you said, did you say 77 degrees?
Yes, it's probably right about 70. Yeah, Kilo Bravo Charlie.
All right. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. We are certainly glad to have you in here tonight. Of course, FusionNet begins each and every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Definitely want to check us out each and every week on Thursday night. And of course, visit our website, thefusionnet.org. Let us hold on just one second. Let me see if Joe's back first of all. Joe, are you back with us?
Yes. Yes. Mother Nature called. I guess I shouldn't have had that second cup of coffee. I've been sitting here squirming for like the last 10 minutes. And finally I was like, all right. I was like, if I don't go now, I said I'm going to bust. And I don't want to get no pee-pee on the Yesu. Awesome, man. And I see you got K7 JVC in there. Awesome, John. Good to have you in there, man. Always good to have you in here, man. All right, we got Mike and Kelso, and we got John, and that's always a good thing, man. All right, let's see. Where were we now? Did we pose the question to John K7 JVC?
No, we did not. So why don't you go ahead and do that, Joe?
Local repeater to get a hold of you tonight instead of going through my Wires X, and it seems to be working fine.
All right, John. Good to have you, brother. Good to have you, man. All right, John. The question of the evening, or the topic of discussion, I should say, in tonight is, in your opinion, what is an advantage or a disadvantage of operating a radio using a hotspot or Wires X?
Like those before, the Wires X is great. You don't need to have a 100-foot antenna and all this, big money equipment. Don't have to deal with the HOA or any of the headaches. Talk to anybody around the world. It's clean like you're sitting right next to me, and I love it, but it's always nice to have that analog for a backup. That's fun. I haven't got one yet. One of these days we'll get that far. Don't know.
You know, John, I think you're the first person tonight that mentioned that. Not having a 100-foot antenna. No antenna needed, really. I mean, except if you're using like an HT or something like that, a little handheld antenna. You don't have to mount something onto your home, which is a very good point, man. Definitely like that, man. Awesome, brother. That's an awesome observation. And we all overlooked it. Look at that. All right, let's see, man. Are there any late check-ins for 11:22? Any late check-ins? Any late check-ins for the FusionNet? This is Alpha Charlie 2, Alpha Echo, Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York, otherwise known as Always Chasing Two American Eagles, and we're looking for late check-ins for the FusionNet. All right, with nothing heard, man. I guess we could definitely wrap this net up, guys. Guys, all your answers were incredible tonight, man. I gotta say, I definitely do like the hotspots. I kind of got a little, I don't know, a little sick of them, I could say, over the years. But with amateur radio, man, we always come to and from different points in amateur radio. When I first got on, I was diehard HF. Wasn't too crazy about repeaters. Then I kind of got into the repeaters a little bit. Then we had some problems with some jammers around here in the New York City area, so kind of discouraged me from repeaters. So instead of going back down to HF, I kind of went down to the 2 meter band. Then the jammers started coming down to the 2 meter band. So then I kind of went to the 2 meter sideband side, which anybody can say what they will, but 2 meter repeater, 2 meter simplex, and 2 meter sideband are totally three different beasts of amateur radio right there. So definitely got to say there is something to that, man. Chris, I definitely got your stats here for the 15th. I'm going to read the stats off. Well, you know what, Chris? I'm going to throw it over to you. You're our statistician, so I'm going to throw it over to you to give us our stats over here, and we'll wrap up the net from there. All right, this is Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo, throwing it over to K2CVD for our stats for the evening.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Before we get the stats, a little bit of a cautionary tale. Look up the reviews for Cafe Draw. Let me just say they're not flattering. I would be careful about that. So here are the stats for tonight. 5 time zones, 12 states, 12 U.S. states, 2 Australian states, 2 countries, 2 continents, 17 cities, and those are the stats. So I think, without digital radio, we wouldn't have these wonderful stats. K2CVD, back to net control.
Yes, that is another great observation. We wouldn't have all these U.S. states in there. We wouldn't have all the different time zones, or maybe not consistently, the different countries, the different continents. So, yeah, Chris, you bring up another great point over there. Awesome, man. Awesome. All right, just to reiterate, we got 5 time zones, 12 U.S. states, 2 Australian states. We got 2 countries, 2 continents, 17 cities, and overall we got 22 check-ins. 22 check-ins. That is awesome, guys. Awesome, man. Alrighty, let's see. I'm going to just take a brief pause here for a second. I'm going to try and briefly look to see who we got as the hottest and coldest temperature. The Snow Miser and Heat Miser award go to, let's see. I know we had 100 degrees here. That's definitely the hottest. Okay, hot. And the coolest, I believe, was, let's see, let me let this drop. Okay, the hottest temperature goes to Longhorn, PA, or I should say the coldest temperature goes to Longhorn, PA, KB3, Sierra Yankee Kilo, Jim out in Longhorn, Pennsylvania. The hottest temperature goes to, well, how could that be? Wait a minute. That can't be. Wait a second. I gotta double check this. Hold on a second.
K2CVD for a quick comment.
Chris.
Okay, Joe. A longhorn is a steer, and Langhorne is the city in Pennsylvania. K2CVD, back to net control.
Yes, you would be correct, and I did write Langhorn. I don't know. I guess my mind just wanted to say Longhorn. But Chris, you are absolutely correct, man. 100% all right. All right, let's see. 85. Do we have hotter than 85? No. Well, we had somebody who said 100, but it doesn't seem like Boise, Idaho hit 100 today. And so I'm saying maybe I misunderstood that. So I think the hottest temperature tonight is going to go to Ken out in Indian Springs, Nevada, NV7SS, November Victor 7 Sierra Sierra with 80. Oh wait, no, it's Dennis. It's Dennis out in Texas with 86 degrees. Oh, it got him by 1 degree. 1 degree. That's it, Dennis. N5DWR out in Texas, Spring, Texas to be exact, was 86 degrees for the Heat Miser Award. And the coldest temperature was KB3 SYK Jim in Langhorne, not Langhorne, Pennsylvania. And he gets the coldest temperature by 0.8 degrees. 0.8 degrees, because Mike out in Kelso had 64.8 degrees, which leaves him slightly higher than 64 degrees. Let's see, am I reading this? We got nothing cooler than that. All right, so there we go. We got the Snow Miser, Snow, and the Heat Miser. That's it. All right, as usual, everybody, the site will be updated by Friday evening, or maybe sometime this weekend. I got a very, very busy day tomorrow. Got to go out to PA, 3 hours out into PA, 3 hours back. Go and pick up some car parts. Whew, that's going to be a heck of a day, that's for sure. But let's see. We did the Heat Miser, the Snow Miser. Let's see what the time is here. I don't want to time myself out. Okay, let me let this drop. Alrighty, this is the weekly meeting of the FusionNet, where our mission is to have fun. That's it, guys. Our mission is to have fun and to help educate those individuals interested in learning about amateur radio hobby and to continue building the fellowship of hams across the world. We host this net weekly on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, where participants pass traffic and comments, and we discuss all things amateur radio related with an emphasis on various digital modes and beyond each week. Net Control Operator either presents a question or a topic open for discussion, or we host a trivia night. That's my favorite, guys, where participants put their knowledge to the test on various amateur radio topics. Now, everybody, we encourage participants to email us with subjects that they'd like to discuss on FusionNet to fusion at thefusionnet.org. Once again, that email is fusion at thefusionnet.org. Most of all, we want you to have fun. This is your net, and we want to make sure that we are covering topics that you want to discuss. And the only way we can do that is if you email us with questions, topics of discussion, or even just to say hello at fusion at thefusionnet.org. So go check us out. Our website is thefusionnet.org, thefusionnet.org. And guys, you know how you can become a lifetime free member. Just check in 10 times, give or take the check-ins or check-outs or whatever, and we'll get you in there and get you as a 10 member check-in, and you'll have availability to all the exclusive content on our net. Everybody, we want to remind you that our club members contribute their time and their money to provide all these services to the local amateur radio community and beyond, and we appreciate your support. At this point, is there any late check-ins that want to get in on the net blogger tonight? All right, nothing heard. So, I'd like to thank all the following stations for checking in and contributing to tonight's net. First up on the list is my friend and partner in crime and co-host, Kilo Delta 2, Lima Romeo X-Ray, that's Jason out in Breakneck. Then we had Don, Kilo Juliet 7, Juliet Alpha Sierra. Then we had Dennis, November 5, Delta Whiskey Romeo. And of course, we had our resident meteorologist, Howard, KD2, MSU. Then we had our other co-host out there and net control operator, David, November 7, MKY, otherwise known as the Monkey Man. Next we had Ken, November Victor 7, Sierra Sierra. Then we had Chris, Kilo Bravo 2, India Delta X-Ray. Then we had Howard, Kilo Charlie 4, Zulu Yankee Charlie. Then we had Rusty, Kilo Golf 0, Bravo Kilo. Then we had Chris, our local statistician and ambassador to the FusionNet, Kilo 2, Charlie Victor David. Then we had Wesley, Alpha Golf 7, Whiskey Quebec. Then we had Jesse, Kilo Juliet 7, Yankee Lima Sierra. Then we had Jim, not in Longhorn, but in Langhorne, Pennsylvania, Kilo Bravo 3, Sierra Yankee Kilo. And who could forget Cigarette Annette, our resident comedian, Kilo 7, Alpha Yankee Juliet. Then we had Andy, November 8, HUB. He's the chief of the FusionNet, guys. Then we had Bruce, Victor Kilo 4, Echo Hotel Tango. Then from Boise, Idaho, we had Kilo 6, Oscar Whiskey Foxtrot. Then we had Robert from the land down under in Australia, Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee. Then we had Terry, checking in via AIM tonight, November 9, Bravo Echo Lima. Then we had Dave, Kilo Bravo 6, Delta Hotel Romeo. And last but not least, we had John, Kilo 7, Juliet Bravo Charlie. All right, everybody, thank you so much for contributing to tonight's net. We appreciate every single one of you guys that are here, and the ladies as well, and ham radio operators and children of all ages. And I just want to let you all know, remember, in the great words of inventor and futurist Nikola Tesla, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. This is Radio Station, Alpha Charlie 2, Alpha Echo, Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York. The FusionNet is now over, and the network is returned for casual communications. Ooh, with 5 seconds left.
82 LRX. So great net tonight. Wonderful net. I am off to bed. I am shot. I could barely keep my eyes open, but great net. I hope everybody had a blast tonight. As much fun as I did. I thought the question was fun. And Joe, check your text. Dave has a really, really cool surprise for you. KD2LRS, I'm clear.
Awesome, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Yes, I am actually beat too, guys. I have got to go to sleep. I've got to get up super early in the morning. I got to be out of here by around 7 o'clock tomorrow, which means in turn I've got to get up early so I can have my coffee and prayer so I can start my day. So everybody, 73, QRT, use the FusionNet as much and as often as you like, guys. It's not just Thursday nights you can come here. You can come here whenever you want. All right, everyone, 73s, have a good night. Be well.
Hey Joe, this is Chris, K2CBD. Just read the reviews about Cafe Draw before you do anything. Let's just say they weren't flattering, and I don't want you to, lose any money on them. So, have a safe day tomorrow. Safe travels to Pennsylvania. K2CBD clear, and QRT also.
Yes, I did get that message, and yeah, I definitely, everybody, before you order from that website, definitely check out the reviews, order at your own risk, and just be careful wherever you order from, especially eBay. I almost got ripped off on eBay. Just to let you guys know, I had ordered some dummy loads that were really good price. They were coming from China, and they had a 1 month waiting list, and I waited patiently. 5 weeks later, I contacted them to see where the package was because it didn't make it here on the expected delivery date. They asked me to wait a little bit longer, so I did. Got back to them, said, I still don't have the product. Where is it? There's no tracking information from when it left your facility. They still didn't give me any tracking information. So it was, it didn't come. I sent back another email to them saying, hey guys, when the blankety blank, I like that, blankety blank, that's going to be my new thing. When the blankety blank is my package going to come here? Strange thing is, they couldn't find out where the package was or when it was going to be delivered or have any tracking information on it. But when I canceled the order, it's amazing how they just all of a sudden got in touch with the post office or the delivery people to find out how to cancel it. So just beware when you're ordering from eBay. A lot of this stuff comes from China. They are fictitious companies just looking to take your money. Even if they get to hold your money for a few weeks, they get to use it in any way they want. I did get a full refund. Thank you, eBay. And they asked me not to. They said we'll refund your money, but don't give us a bad review. I said to them, I am obligated as a citizen of the United States to give you a bad review, seeing that you did not pull through with your promise. I said, I must warn other people about you so you don't scam anyone else. They never replied to that email, though. All right, guys, this is Always Chasing Two American Eagles. I'm signing off. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. What is this? Gents, here is your surprise tonight. Download the software and install it on your computer. Is Dave trying to install that spyware on my computer again? Dave, I told you, I only dance around in my bunny outfit when the cameras are disconnected.
And 7MKY, you are so missing out on the conversation that Jay and I are having.
Where? Is it in the chat group? Let's see. No, I don't. Check your Yahoo emails. J. Filton. That's the name. That's it. Yes, I guess I am missing out on that conversation.
Well, enjoy your surprise.
Ah, a messenger. New user interface. Brand new interface. Clean and neat book. Woohoo! So wait a minute. Is the password, I don't want to say what it is, plus my call sign or plus his call sign or your call sign?
Plus your call
Okay, I'm gonna make this one a little bit more difficult. Is it my call sign or is it like my call sign?
sign. I texted you.
Okay, awesome. I got it. I got the password in, but just text me what the account name is. All right, now it's asking me for company code. Oh, okay, I see. I see the email. Okay, I got it. I'm in. Okay, it's going nuts. Yes, it's definitely going crazy. Let's see, view all. Oh, you guys have been chatting away on this thing. Okay, look at that. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. What's all those Chinese letters? Oh, that's you. Okay. Oh, this is pretty cool, man. I'm going to like this.
I thought you would.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely awesome. Cool. Cool gabagool. I really like this. But guys, I have got to, I've got to go to sleep now. I got to attempt to go to sleep. I'm not even that tired. But, I've got an early morning. And, oh, yep. Yes, this is really nice, man. I like this a lot. Wait, hold on. View all. Yeah, well, you know, the person I'm driving with, kind of like scares the heck out of me. I got to keep my eyes on the road because he doesn't. And if he's listening tonight, sorry, man, but you play on that TikTok a little too much for me while you're driving. Oh man, it's like I don't know. I'll never be able to do that. I won't even attempt it. But awesome, man. All right, everybody. 73 QRTs. This old man is going home. He's going to sleep. Have a good night, everybody.